So check this out. Today I wanted to show you guys a Linux distribution that I found specifically for data scientists. So let's check it out. What's up guys, this is Josh back with another video, and as I stated in the intro, I wanted to show you guys a Linux distribution that was created for a specific purpose, and that is data science. Now if you've been around my channel for a while now, you guys know I cover different Linux distributions that I may not have heard of or that have caught my eye. Well, this one kind of caught my eye because I always talk about the different Linux distributions that are out there and available to you, and a lot of them are designed for a specific purpose, you know, or to meet like a need of a particular, you know, group of users. And for example, you know, some distributions are designed to be like user friendly and easy to use, you know, for new users that are just checking out Linux for the first time, and then some are, you know, geared towards advanced users. But there are also like specific distributions that are created to handle specific tasks, such as servers or security, cybersecurity, like Kali Linux. That's one of those, you know, distributions that are created for a specific purpose. And so this distro that I wanted to cover is called DAT Linux, and it's created for data scientists in mind. So let's go on and hop over to the website and check out DAT Linux. Before we move forward, I wanted to give a quick shout out to CIQ, the official partner of Rocky Linux. Rocky Linux is a Linux distribution that is intended to be a downstream complete binary compatible release using the Red Hat Enterprise Linux operating system source code. The project is led by Gregory Kurtzer, who was the founder of the CentOS project. So check out Rocky Linux at ciq.co. Alright, cool. So we're at datlinux.com, and of course I always have the links down in the description of the video, but this is the data science OS. Let me go on and read the introduction, but it says DAT Linux is a Linux distribution for data science. It brings together all your favorite open source data science tools and apps into a ready to run desktop environment. Now, one cool thing about it is based on Ubuntu. That's like one of the most popular Linux distributions that are out there. And it says, so it's easy to install and use. And also it says the custom DAT Linux control panel provides a centralized one-stop shop for running and managing dozens of data science programs. And like I said, it's similar to Kali. And we all know Kali has a whole bunch of tools, you know, pre-installed on the operating system for cybersecurity. Well, DAT Linux is the exact same way, and it has, you know, dozens of data science programs pre-installed on the system. Now, here are a couple of links. I think it uses the LXQT desktop environment, but there are some screenshots, but I won't walk you guys through the install. It's not too difficult to install. It uses the Calamaris installer. I already installed it before this video, but yeah, it's customized, or is based on the Lubuntu distribution. If you guys have heard of those different flavors of Ubuntu, Lubuntu is one of them. It uses that LXQT desktop environment, kind of like Xubuntu, the one with the XFCE desktop environment on it. Well, this one is based on Lubuntu 22.04. But just to give you a little bit more information, it says that Linux focuses on providing easy access and fast updates to the latest stable version of each tool or application, independent of package managers that, let's face it, do not always have the most up-to-date version. And that's true. A lot of times when you depend on the package managers, it doesn't have the latest version, and you'll have to wait for updates that provide, you know, more tools that are added to the application. So it's best to do those packages that way. That way you can get the latest and the greatest. You can stay at the cutting edge using everything. Now it says that Linux is perfect for students, professionals, academics, and anyone interested in data science who doesn't want to spend endless hours downloading, installing, configuring, and maintaining applications from a range of sources. each with different technical requirements, and that's true. This makes it super easy, and that's why, you know, Linux distributions like this are created. They're created for that specific purpose, to save you time. You could just get everything up and going, you know, by just installing this distribution, and you get to go. You got your data science, you know, laptop set up, you know, ready to tackle all this data using this system, you know, in a matter of like 20 minutes or so. Now, here's the information on how to get it. You can download it. They also have a download link up here, which is where I downloaded it from. And then frequently asked questions, you can go through that. But here, or I wanted to show you guys this. Here is the supported data science apps, the list of supported, you know, data science apps. And one cool thing about it, I'll show you guys this when we get to the actual desktop environment, but they have links to these PDFs on the system as well, so you don't have to worry about it. But here are all the apps that are supported, and they're tested, you know what I'm saying? And that's what they mean by supported. They test these, you know, applications running on this version of Linux to make sure it'll work properly for you. I'm not going to go through each one of them, but you know, it's a lot of data science tools on here. Some that I've seen, I've used Data Cleaner before, and I won't go through them all. GVim, IPython, Julian, and LibreOffice Cap. You know, that's LibreOffice, that'll come on there. But R and R Studio, that's pre-installed. And then let's see, VisiData. I've seen that one as well, and VS Coding is installed on here as well, so good to go. Now let's hop over to my virtual machine, because that's pretty much all I want to show you guys here. All right, so quickly, what'll pop up when you get the ISO into the system? Basically a grub menu. All you have to do is select try or install DAT Linux. They also have a DAT Linux safe graphics and test memory as well. So let's get to the desktop. Okay, cool. So we booted into the live ISO. As you can see, it's super simple to install. They have an installation button right here, or a shortcut right here. But one other thing I want to show you guys, the apps. They have an apps PDF on here, so that shows you all the apps and what they're used for. And this comes once you install it as well. And then also DAT Linux frequently asked questions, so that's good to actually see, you know, there. But as you can see, the desktop looks super cool. But let's go on and go through the installer, and it's super simple, like I said in the intro earlier on in the video. It uses the Calamaris installer. So if you guys have seen it once, you've seen it a million times, because they're pretty much all the same. But as you can see, you know, Calamaris, good to go. So let's quickly run through this. I'm not gonna, you know, really speak through it too much. This is not that difficult. Set up our drives, swap the file, we're good to go. Then create our account, boom. Then go down here, create our name, computer name, and then password. Boom. Hit next, and then that's the summary, and then install. And I'll be back when it's installed and we can go through the desktop. All right, cool. So we're booting up into the system, and this is what you're greeted with when you finally bring up the system. As you can see, it's super clean. The window manager is super clean, so they got it super designed, or nicely designed, you know. So type in your password, hit login, and you're good to go. And boom, that's DAT Linux. It looks exactly like the live ISO, you know, once you get it going. But like I said, you got that app PDF up here as well. Boom. And then you got that frequently asked questions. So that's good that they left that as a reference for you. Now, one thing I want to talk about, this is it looks like Conky. I'm not 100% sure. I think this is Conky, but it's cool to actually see everything, you know, right off. You can say this, you can see that this DAT Linux, that's the host name, DAT, and the architecture is x86 64, and then the kernel version, you can see that, you know, right here. And then the uptime, 1 minute, the file system as well, you know, how much space you got, RAM, CPU usage, you know, and the current apps that are on here and the versions. So that's good to see at a glance. Now, one other things that's super cool that I wanted to show you guys is the DAT Linux control panel. So let's go down and open that up. And as you can see, this is all your data science apps. So you got all your apps right there. You can install what you need on here from the control panel. So like if we go here to BERT, this will go down and start this, you know, for the first time. It'll update the plugins, you know, go through. If it needs to install it, it'll install it. As you can see, it's installing it right here. It's downloading it and installing it to your system so you can actually use it. So you have everything at your fingertips right here from this app. But yeah, it's gonna launch it and everything after that. So as you can see, BERT, and I've never used this tool, so don't beat me up too bad. I don't know this tool at all. BERT report design. I really do not know this tool. I never used it before, but that's super cool. You can actually get to these applications from here. And then data science extras, so you got some more here, or cheat sheet, data science ebooks, you know, from the web. And then you got your admin, you know, app uninstaller, app updater, DAT system info, you know, help if you need help. So that shows you those same, you know, files right here. So about apps, and DAT Linux frequent asked questions, custom ISOs, you can donate, all that stuff is here for you. DAT Linux support, VS Codium plugins, so that's help for that. So that shows you how to use that if you've never used VS Codium. But I know a lot of people, if you've heard of data science or you've done development before, then you probably know about VS Codium and all the plugins that you can get installed on there. And then we can look at the about. So that's the about, the release notes, the version, you know, all that stuff for you right there. Now let's go down and close that control panel. But that's super cool that that's there. And as you can see, when we clicked and installed that app, BERT, it popped up here under our list, as well as the version that we got installed. Now if we go under here under the start menu, you know, you can go under DAT Linux. That gets you to the Linux control panel, or the DAT Linux control panel. Then you got DAT Linux admin, so you got the app installer. It's basically a lot of those, you know, shortcuts that were under here or under here. You know what I'm saying? You got your help, data science app. So this is the list of all the apps, and that's why I said this was kind of like Kali. You know what I'm saying? With Kali, it has all the cybersecurity apps that you can think of, and they're all categorized, you know, based on what it is. Maybe they can, you know, do a little different by categorizing them in here as well. But yeah, you have access to them all right here, and then your extras if you have them installed. And then under here got education, and this is just mainly all your base applications that are installed on the system. So you do have some document viewers, image, you know, magic, LX image, that's the image app for LXQT, screen grab, so your screenshot tool, you got that on there. Your internet, now you got Libre Wolf, and I'm trying to remember if this one is based on, I think it's based on Firefox, but let's see. That's super cool. It goes right to DuckDuckGo. That's the default, which I'm happy to see. So let's go under help, about Libre Wolf. I can't remember if this one is based on, it's either based on Chrome or Firefox, one of the two. It looks like Chrome now that I open it up. Oh no, it's customized on Firefox, so I was right at the beginning. And it's focused on privacy and security and freedom. So yeah, check out Libre Wolf if you're looking for a privacy respecting browser. Yeah, I looked at it before. I just didn't remember, you know, what it was actually based on. So let's go back under here. Let's see, Office. So we got some Libre stuff. We got Libre Calc, the Store Center, and Libre Writer, which that's pretty much all you need. Unless you need some PowerPoint stuff, you can install that as well, those other parts of LibreOffice. But under programming, super cool, that's categorized. It's got the VS Codium, BERT, which, you know, we just installed, DB Browser, SQLite, eGit, gvim, idle, you know, IPython. So all your programming tools are right there. Sound, video. So you got VLC and pulse audio on here, system tools. So you can go in here and check this out as well. It's basically all your system tools, you know what I'm saying? Bluetooth, system info. I wonder what this is. I think that might be that. Yeah, that's turning that off. I figured that's what that was. But yeah, DAT system info. So you can turn it off and turn it on. It should pop back up. Yeah, there we go. So if that's in the way, or it shouldn't be in the way, because you can't move it, you can't do anything with it, it just stays up there. It might be clunky. I'm not 100% sure what they're using for that. Now HTOP, that's cool to actually see. And let's go down, open up the terminal, which we don't really need to look at the kernel version that's being used, all that stuff, but it does have NeoFetch on here. I think that's NeoFetch. Let's make sure. I'm gonna just tab it out and see. Yeah, they got NeoFetch on here, and I'm gonna just run it again. That looks like NeoFetch. Yeah, that is NeoFetch. So they already got that running every time you open it up, with the, you know, DAT Linux like little logo. So that's super cool that that's there. We don't really need to, you know, look for any of the other information because it's pretty much there. I normally pull up like the kernel version that it's using, but we kind of already know 5.15, which is dope, you know. And then now I don't want to go through all the preferences and stuff, but if you use LXQT or XFCE, it's pretty much the same, you know what I'm saying? Based on, you know, my experience with it, you can go to LXQT control center. It's pretty much the same, you know, as any of them. You can do your Windows effects, appearance, brightness, you know, you can customize it as you see fit. Now, one other thing I wanted to show you guys, it'll track if it needs updates, so you get alerts down here. You got your time down here. You can clear all those, but that's just information about the system, alerts that it gives you. Your networking, so if you need to modify your networking, super simple network manager there. Then you got your volume, and then one thing I would do is probably move that panel. I don't know, that's just my thoughts. I would move it. Let's go to configure panel, and then right now it's left on the desktop. I'll put it on the bottom. That's the way I do it. It looks a little better to me that way. So let's go down and close that. But yeah, you can customize it as you see fit. Right here is your external drives or removable drives that you plug into the system, and then you got your desktops. So if you want more than one desktop, you know what I'm saying, good to go. And that'll clear the desktop for you right there. That's what that is. And I showed you guys all these shortcuts, but that's your browser again. That's LibreWolf. And then you got your file explorer. And let's see what this is. It's Pacman FMQ, so lightweight file manager. So you got your file manager there. LXQT's version, and then that's a quick way of turning off this as well. So you can turn it off and turn it back on, you know, as you see fit. And like I said, you're probably going to be spending a lot of time in this DAT Linux control panel. It's super dope. This is super dope right here. How they have everything, you know, under this main control panel as far as data science, and that's what I meant by this distribution is built with specifically data science in mind. The way they have this thing set up, and it's super dope. And shout out to the developers of this. This definitely allows people to get some training, you know, and all that stuff. If you're interested in data science, it's definitely a place you want to, you know, start, especially if you want to learn Linux as well. You know, this is an awesome distribution. But thanks for checking out the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, check out DAT Linux. Like I said, man, this is an awesome place to start if you want to get into data science. It's definitely a great distribution for that. Now, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, you know, leave them down in the comments below, and then also tell me your thoughts on this distribution. And also, if you have any other distributions, you know, you want me to look at or check out, put it down in the comments. I'll definitely check it out. I love checking out new distributions, and I got excited when I actually ran across this one. You know what I'm saying? I get excited every time I find one. It's just super dope, you know, going through these distributions and, you know, and checking out based on the purpose that they were created for. You know what I'm saying? And see if it'll benefit anyone, and sharing it with you guys. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and of course, keep it tight.